Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. Last time we did analysis, we were doing analysis of transactions and we'll continue today analysis of transaction again. Subscribe my channel for more and if you want me to solve something special for you, I'm ready to help you out anytime. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Okay, okay students. See, we have done analysis of few transactions last time and inshallah we will do them more today. Something is going wrong. I don't know what's happening. Okay, now see, class. Uh, I told you about what owners investments. We have discussed, or we have discussed purchase of long-term asset on credit, purchase of long-term asset on fixtures, on account. Okay, now we know how to deposit, how to open a bank account by depositing. Now we have also done how to buy goods for on cash or for credit also. Now, suppose January January 8. Okay, sold goods for cash. Okay, dollar 15,000. Now, in this transaction, what will happen? See, in this transaction, what will happen? Cash asset increases. Increase in cash means increase in asset debit. How much? Dollar 15,000. Okay. Now your goods, the goods which you have purchased previously and you are selling, reselling them, they are going out. Okay. So when goods are going out as sales, it is called sales and it is called revenue. It is called revenue. Now a revenue is increasing. Increase in revenue, credit. Dollar 15,000. Getting my point clear? This is how we record. Again, this is movement of goods. When we are buying goods, purchases, it was moving of goods inside the organization. Sales means moving of goods outside the organization. But that time we call it asset. Or some people say purchases are expense also. It doesn't make any difference. Now, here moving out, goods are moving out, but with a different price. It was coming in with a different price. Now it is going in with a different price. And it includes that those goods which are going out now as a sales, these goods contain our profit also. So we call it sales and it is revenue. Not asset, okay? You'll write revenue, okay. Now suppose the customer January 10 sold goods on credit to holding, H holding, $20,000. Now, in this kind of transaction, what happens? We have not received cash. This transaction is just like this one. The only difference you will find is that we did not receive cash. We received a promise. We received a promise. We received a promise. So what we'll write, we did not receive cash, we'll write holding. Holding is a customer. Customer is also asset. It is increasing debit how much? 20,000. Getting my point clear. Now, cash sales and credit sales has a very simple transaction, simple difference. We debit cash asset or we debit customer asset. That's it. Okay. Now suppose we are paying expense January 10, again the same date. Paid rent for the month $2,000 by check. Now in this transaction, what will happen? We are paying expense. Getting my point clear? We are paying expense. So this transaction is applicable for all types of expenses. So the name of expense is rent. Rent is an expense. Expense is increasing. Increase in expense debit $2,000. Now we are paying by check. So it means bank asset decreases, credit $2,000. Getting my point clear? Any type of expense which you pay, either in cash or in bank or through check, the analysis will remain same. Expense is debit or bank or cash is credit. Let's suppose an example. Okay, January 12, paid electricity bill $500 in cash. Okay. Now the analysis is same. Absolutely same. The only difference would be, now here I'll write electricity. Okay. And here I will write cash. The remaining analysis would be same. We have to change the amount as well. Yes. Getting my point clear? Getting my point clear? So when we are paying any type of expense, analysis same, expense debit, cash or bank credit. When we are selling goods, analysis is same for cash on credit. When we buying goods, analysis is same, purchases debit, either cash, bank or the supplier's credit. Okay. Now suppose January 15, owner withdrew cash from bank $1,500 for personal use. Now suppose the owner has withdrawn something for his personal use. What will happen? What will happen? See, owner's withdrawal is recorded as drawings. Drawings is part of capital. Now when owner is taking something, the capital is decreasing. Decrease in capital, debit. How much? $1,500. Now, which asset he is taking? Cash from bank. asset decreases, credit $1,500. Getting my point clear? This is happening. So whenever owner took something, any asset, will debit drawings or will credit the asset, whatever the asset is, cash or bank or furniture or purchases or whatever it is. Whatever he takes for his personal use will record it. Are you getting my point clear? This is how we have to think about a transaction. Are you getting my point clear? My objective of teaching analysis of transaction to every child who started accounts in O1 or AS level, I ask him to analyze the transactions. Okay, what to debit, what to credit, using the rules of debit and credit. For every debit, there must be a credit. So all my beloved students, please, whenever you start accounting as a new subject for you, do the analysis of transaction at any cost. Otherwise, you won't be able to do debit and credit. Unless you do debit and credit fully, you have command over debit and credit, you can't do accounting unless you get command. Are you getting my point clear? So this is very important for all my beloved students. Okay. So if you want me to do analysis of any transaction you want, please just give me leave a comment. I'll do the analysis for that. And inshallah, from next class now, this is the end of analysis of transaction. And I'm moving on towards my new topic, inshallah, in my next class, next lecture. Subscribe my channel. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.